So I was having a conversation with one of my really good friends. He's a business partner. He's also a really good mentor of mine, and we both do real estate together. And I told him I feel like I'm kind of in this weird position in my life where I'm doing really well in my business, but I feel like I'm sucking right now. I feel like there's this kind of like I feel like I'm starting from ground zero almost. And he said, "Listen, why do you think that is?" He never really gives you the full answer right away, which I appreciate. At first, I hated it. I was like, "Dude, just tell me." But the longer that I've started to figure it out myself, the more it resonates. So I was telling him I think it's two reasons. But I want to make sure that it's a positive outlook. So I was thinking, the first one is yes, maybe I did fall back a little bit, but I'm not where I started. So let's say I started right here, and I went up, I went up, I went up. I'm not all the way back down here. I'm here, right? So there's this gap right here where I can go up. So which helps and motivates me. The second one is it's an arrow. I think, what if it's an arrow while I'm pushing back? I'm pulling back, so I'm down here. I'm pushing back, but then I feel like something had to pull me back to grow and to hit momentum. But what he said was also perfect. So this is for you. And he said, this is what happens to all of us in all aspects. It's not just business, but it can be family. It can be friendships. It can be working out. It can be dieting. Like, it happens because I'm meal planning right now too, and I'm trying to cut a little bit longer before I go to this trip to Miami, which I'm really excited for. But the what'll happen is you're cutting, and you're doing really well, and out of nowhere you start to go up a little bit. You start to go down a little bit, and you start to kind of like stay plateaued for a reason, and you don't really realize what that is. But you were doing really well, and it's now time for us to restart that, or to maybe eat a little bit more one day. But it's just having to add a different variable to what was already working, and that's with everything in life. And he said, sometimes it's just momentum, and it's okay to restart the momentum. Because a lot of people, what they don't want to do is they don't want to restart the momentum. Yes, you closed a bunch of transactions, you did everything you need to do, and then you realize, that's my mom, you realize that that's that's okay. You realize that the momentum is meant to go. He said it was really funny, but he's like, let's say for example it's a wave. You go out, you came back, you had some food, you had a barbecue, you hung out with family, and then now you're like, oh shoot, I gotta go back and I gotta go hit some more waves. And I'm like, shoot, that actually makes a lot of sense. But then, and then he even said too, which was really important. He said, I'm even feeling that where I'm doing a lot of good, I'm winning, but I'm also losing. I'm winning, but I'm also losing. So my brain isn't understanding what what it should what it should really like concern itself with. But as long as we're winning, and as long as we get back on the horse, and it's part of human, it's part of being a human. It's just human pattern. So I thought that was really important. And as for me, for my business, like, and for you, whatever it is, hopefully this helps and encourages you, inspires you. That like, if you're kind of feeling in a weird little rut, you're feeling like you're, a couple steps back than where you were before. Maybe it's not that. Maybe you're not a couple steps back. Maybe it's just time to rebuild the momentum. But then now the cool thing is that we have the tools to rebuild the momentum. Oof.